So today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020 in the evening time. I'm going to be just reporting every evening after I get off work and get the numbers, like I said. So we're up to about 421,000 cases worldwide. The death rate or the death total is up to over 18,000. I think it's just under 19,000. And in the US today, we had 9,700 new cases, just a little bit more than that actually. And we lost about 140 something people, I believe it was. It's just these numbers are continuing to get bigger. They're not going to stop getting bigger. So my emotions are changing on a day-to-day basis, and I'm trying to kind of gauge like the way I want to go about this video diary thing. And I'm just going to be myself, because at the end of the day, like, I'm doing this partly for me, but also partly just to spread my passion and maybe, touch people's lives that hopefully maybe I could help in some way. That would be amazing. But anyway, yeah, my emotions are changing on a daily basis. I have moments where I'm either just hanging out, maybe doing yoga or watching a show or talking on the phone to somebody or sleeping, and then I just kind of snap back into reality and realize that just for a few split seconds I had forgotten, where we're at with everything. And it's a hard reality to come back to. I normally lead my life in a very positive light, and I don't, break a bunch of rules, and I don't do bad things. So I'm not used to that pit in my stomach, because that's not the life I lead. I don't lead a life where I have a pit in my stomach. It's not something that I'm about. So just being in this situation, some days I feel, inspired, and I feel like I can help reach people and that it'll be okay. And then other days I'm really sad, and some days I'm really thinking that this is it for us, like really it to basically destroy society as a whole. And as the numbers continue to rise, it's just really, it's hard. And from day to day, my emotions are changing. So a couple things I wanted to touch base on today is, so I watched President Trump speak again. They're doing it on a daily basis now. And it's been said that his goal is to be able to open up the economy by Easter. So I think towards the end of April. I completely disagree with this. I do not see this happening. When they asked him if he got that from like statistics or doctor's recommendation or anything, he did not confirm that. This seems like it's mostly, just something he's putting out there to maybe give people hope, because the placebo effect is, known to be a thing. So maybe giving people hope, by Easter, when, Christ is risen and everything, that, the economy will be okay and it'll be this big hurrah. And that would be ideal. That would be wonderful. But I truly, 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 truly don't see this happening for a couple reasons. One, we don't have a vaccine. And we won't until probably what they're saying is about a year or more. That's a really long time. Two, how highly contagious it is. It's the most highly contagious form of a disease or virus, whatever you want to call it. It's the most highly contagious. And also because of how deadly it is. We still have so many people we need to test. So many people we're not testing that have it. There's people passing away that haven't been tested, and that they should be positive and they should be part of the numbers, and they're not. And so even though the numbers that we're seeing are really scary, they're still not as big as the numbers really truly are. We're still obviously missing a large part of people that obviously throughout the world have this. And it just makes me really mad that he would bring Easter into it, which is a Christian holiday, and it's something that means a lot. And so anyway, I don't know what his intentions were with that. If they were to give people hope, then I'm behind that. Like even though if you logically think about it, it's not gonna happen, because there's no way to make it stop. Even if we were able to slow the curve and kind of blunt the curve, just like they're saying in China, the second that people are stepping back out, it's starting to spread all over again, and it's not going to stop. So I'm kind of in my head starting to think, maybe I should just get used to this. Like, maybe this is my new life. This is going to be our lives until there's a cure or like a vaccine. That's just the way it's going to be. So sorry for my rant. I just kind of went off on a tangent there. But anyway, so also today they said and confirmed that Senator Paul Racino, he's one of our Oklahoma senators, he tested positive for the coronavirus, COVID-19 today. So we only have 2 senators per state, and I don't like the idea of that, and I don't know where he's been or who he's been around. If he's been around our governor, I don't know. So that's kind of scary. I don't want our leadership, obviously, in Oklahoma to not be okay, because we need them, as well as any other state. So that was another thing. And then they also, multiple mayors throughout Oklahoma, and then honestly states throughout the United States, but specifically Oklahoma today decided that they were going to close non-essential businesses. What does this mean? It means that if society does not need you to stay healthy and alive, they're going to want you to be closed. Like, you will be considered closed. And so that means the only places that really are going to stay open are medical, necessary medical, grocery stores, I think gas stations, places like Walgreens for prescriptions and stuff like that. But other than that, this is really going to start hitting businesses way worse than I was talking about yesterday with unemployment. Once again, the unemployment is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I'm really hoping that these small business loans that they're talking about giving businesses as well as households, trying to help the families and everybody that's having a hard time. So we'll see how all this works out. Hoping for the best, always hoping for the best. But at the same time, there's like my heart, and then there's my brain, and my brain just is very, very analytical, and my heart is very full of love and kindness, and it's a lot inside of me. So anyway, the last thing I wanted to touch on, I did want to end on something more positive and maybe hopeful, I don't know, but just a reminder. You can give yourself, and you should give yourself, permission 1 hour a day, or if you don't have an hour, just 30 minutes each day. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to just breathe, to just relax, to just be present with yourself, to just dedicate that time to something that makes you happy, that's something that makes you just feel loved, or just whatever it may be. For me, I really like yoga, and I really like painting. Obviously, as you can see, just don't actually see all my paintings back there. But anyway, just give yourself permission. We can only control what we can control, and part of that is just how we feel, and just trying to stay calm and centered and balanced, and reminding yourself how strong you are as a person and how much influence that you have as a person, not only as a citizen of the United States, but a person in our world, our entire world. Everyone counts, and especially right now. So also, check yourselves when it comes to being around people getting cabin fever and everyone at home together all the time. It's gonna be a thing, you know. If you need to take a break, a breather, like I was just talking about, go outside, draw a bath for yourself or for your spouse. They've been talking about that on TV. It's very important. When I say TV, I mean the news. They've been actually talking about how families might butt heads more than usual, and that they really need to try to not take their anxiety and their fear out on each other. So just make sure you're checking yourself, you're taking care of yourself. These things are extremely important. And lastly, I saw something on LinkedIn today. It was a new hashtag, and it said hashtag alone together. And I loved that, because I've been trying to like put it all together in my head, because I've mentioned before, we can't be around each other, and normally when a crisis happens, you want to be around each other. So I don't know, something about that hashtag alone together. I thought that was so beautiful. So anyway, that's it for tonight, and I hope I'm getting better at not saying so positive vibes to everyone. I hope the best for all of you. Just stay informed, stay healthy, and stay safe. All right, good night.